Thanksgiving weekend, Derek and I are heading off to Grundy Provincial Park, Pakeshkag Lake,
Sure.
for a very wet, potentially cold, potentially miserable
3 days.
3 days in the bush.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how that goes, and fingers crossed, another one's crossed, thumb in the ear.
Now hold on, have you mentioned that they're actually calling for 72 hours of continuous
Yeah,
rain?
72 hours of continual rain. It's going to feel like -2. Our bags are only rated 10 and 5.
Great idea.
So this is probably a ridiculous idea.
It's going to be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
It'll be fine. We had originally planned to take the portage route to our site, but in the moment decided to use canoe caddies and walk the 2.6 kilometer trail to the put-in at Pakeshkag Lake. It proved to be the prudent choice, as we had underestimated the travel time to reach our destination. We'd also never used canoe carts before, so why not? The park employee who rented them to us called us brave souls as the weather turning foul was imminent. Our ambition and misplaced confidence in a poorly planned outing would soon serve as a reminder that just because you aren't camping in the far north, being prepared is paramount on any outing. This is the Grundy Grind. Protected turtle area, just like I used to do at the Rancho Relaxo. And same concept. Screens to keep the raccoons and the skunks out so the clutches don't get destroyed. Get the tarps up, get some vittles going, shelters. Heard fun was going to be there a little bit later, so finally on the water. Be there in no time. It is pretty. Worth the drive to Acton for sure. The daring paddler inches forward, fighting fatigue, hunger and exhaustion, unaware of what lies around the next corner, but the thirst for adventure is insatiable, and he pushes on. Are you pushing on? On your left, around this corner, will be site B6. Straight ahead of us on that flat rock is B5. And ours is B4. If I'm correct. And I think I am. This one said it was booked, but I think that it might be closed because it looks like it's always red no matter what time you book it. So I think they might have closed it off. There might even be a sign. When I was at Noganosh, there were all kinds of sites that were closed by the ministry for one reason or another. Which really sucked because I was absolutely exhausted, and I found a couple and I was just like, oh, thank God, home for the night. And then just... It always amazes me, no matter how much you look at overhead images and have your compass and everything, you get out flat on the water and everything just looks so much different. We are approaching site B4, which will be home for the night, possibly the next 2. Hello, B4. Sounds like a droid from Star Wars. Hello, B4. What you got there?
My new Lake Grundy t-shirt.
Nice.
The bulk of these stories come from our network of listeners. So for that, I'd like to thank you. I think it's important that we collectively, those of us who love wild places and doing wild things, get our stories down so that people in the future can hear about what the world was like, so to speak.
We're doing dinner and a show.
In fact,
steak and
one of the
pierogies,
stories that
plant-based
originally
steak and
gave me
pierogies,
the idea to start
and
working on this
scary
project
stories in the woods.
will never be set down the way that where everybody go canoeing.
This is a long time
around the
coming right
corner
now.
And finding a friend of mine.
Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy, buddy.
Derek and I are considering our options because the weather has again turned foul.
Plus, there's ghost train.
And there's ghost trains. So we're gonna have to do something here.
Well, what did you find out? Ghost train.
Ghost train. Ghost train. It does. It sounds like a howling ghost train. A haunted ghost train. Because nothing would make this trip even more frightening.
Well, there's nothing. Oh my god, your feet do stink.
I know. It's the shoes, though.
Comes to fuck in your tent to be like, oh, I have news.
I have news. I bring word.
There's ghost trains and my feet stink.
So
Yeah.
I can't change it to Celsius for some reason, and that just when it's temperature like gets around 0, I like to do Celsius. But when it's a little higher, I like to do Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm traveling, I like to do it in kilometers, right?
Yeah.
So
Metric versus imperial.
yeah, Canadians are bizarre that way. We bounce back and forth, even though we make fun of the Yanks for using the
At least they're consistent.
imperial system. At least they're consistent.
They're
yeah.
consistent. Yeah.
But
They do measure things in football fields, though, which is really kind of weird.
yeah,
Like, how far is it? Oh, it's about, 7 football fields.
how do you gauge that in your brain hole?
I don't know, because I guess if you see enough games, or if you go to enough games, you probably have, like, a good visual of what 100 meters looks like.
All right. Are you ready for the Good News Bible here?
Oh, see, you always say this, but there's never any good news.
It's pretty good news. So
Okay, what do you got?
do you remember when we went to the cottage that one time? And we were in the blue Buick, and then we stopped, like to take a leak or something.
Okay.
And then we were sitting there, and then these gentle snowflakes started falling, and you were like, "Oh, this is beautiful!" And then we threw our hands up in the air, and we stuck our tongue out to let them land on our tongue. So there's an 81% chance that there's going to snow tonight.
Tonight?
Or tomorrow, sorry.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, look, 81%.
It was 25 degrees 3 days ago.
And then, so we're going to have, the wind isn't nearly as bad as we thought, but we've got like pretty
that's
much
not so bad.
sleet through the day. But we're looking at snow, possibly, so.
See, that's really weird, though, because that's two really opposing weather reports.
Yeah, but yours is Brit, and this is our location now. Brit is like back where we stopped, like at the gas station, even before that.
Hey.
This is our current location, GPS.
Right here.
Right here, right now.
Right now.
Right here, right now.
Live news. All right.
So anyway, that's what we're working with.
So what's the coldest that it's going to get? 39 Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that in the Celsius?
Well, 32 is 0.
Oh, it's going to be above 0.
That's what it says.
That's nice.
It's not that nice.
It's nicer than being below 0.
It is.
There you go.
But we're looking at a 95% chance with...
Is that really calling for snow?
Well, that's what the snowflakes mean.
81% chance of snow tomorrow.
Yeah. See?
Wow. See, that wouldn't it? See, if I'd known it was going to snow, this is not the sleeping bag that I would have brought.
Yeah.
I would have brought
So
it.
we got decisions to make. We don't know if we're going to hang out and fight it out or what we're going to do. But, yeah, we got to figure something out. So
Well, we would totally survive and be fine or anything, but it just feels like our activities are going to be limited if it's just sleeting all day, and our plan was to go portaging into the next lake.
See, this is picking up Pickerel. I don't even know where Pickerel is.
Oh, you know where Pickerel is?
No.
Fantastic little town.
Because it's not 9 right now. It's not 9 degrees right now.
So it isn't Pickerel.
That isn't Pickerel, but this isn't Pickerel, obviously. So that's the weather network. We just got like a tiny bit of reception. So anyway, I just thought that I would give you something to float off to dreamy time with.
I think that mostly you just wanted to come stick up my tent with your feet.
It's part of my plan.
Yeah, I think that was kind of.
But
where you were going with it.
anyway, we're pretty beat, so I think we're gonna retire for the night, try and get a good night's sleep, do a hearty breakfast tomorrow, and then decide if we want to push on with adventure or cower and retreat.
Well, you say it that way, then it's like you can't leave.
I know. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Anyway, we'll see what happens in the morning. Good night.
Aye.
Oh. 10 o'clock luncheon. Brewing. Chili Fiesta. Looking forward to it?
Oh man, nice hot meal in the belly. Probably gas up the sleeping bag a little bit. It's gonna be great. This dreary, wet drizzle's been going on for hours. We got winds at 22 with gusts up to 43.
Yeah. But at least we have good tents, shelters, light, food, company, and gusto.
No wenches though.
But no wenches.
No wenches.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah. It's, you can just never have too many wenches.
I love them.
Oh god. Well, do you remember?
I had to open the other vestibule for that one, but it's alright. Go ahead.
Do you not recall the foot incident over at my place?
I know, but I told you and I warned you that it's not my fault. It's those fucking shoes. I just like, fuck.
This is just the way God made my intestines.
Like, honestly, I made, like, look, I've worn these shoes, like, instead, and smell my feet.
I'm not smelling your feet.
No, smell them.
No.
Smell them.
I do have to get some shoe goo on these guys here, because I can, if I go digging, I can make it to my sock.
Yeah, you could pump out another season on those babies with a bit of shoe goo.
Yeah, shoe goo. Why not?
Oh, actually, they still stink. No! Why hast thou forsaken us?
You're a bachelor.
Morning. That was a bit of a rough night. We actually got up and made those tortillas. It was calm for the first little bit, and then through the night it just pounded sleet and the wind was howling. Took a while to get warm, but I actually did have a fairly comfortable sleep.
Thank you. Just putting a little bit of chocolate in our Flash Fuel instant coffee, Canadian made. Got the jet boil going on here. So this was Adam's idea. Add a little bit of this in here, sweeten it up a little bit. Pretty good idea, I would say. There we go. There's some in there. All right. Put that back together. Get the chocolate off there for you.
Derek's being a brave soul doing the coffee duty, and I'm still in my tent providing moral support.
Yeah, thanks for that. real helpful.
Well, what if I wasn't here for more support? It would suck a little bit. Oh my God, coffee, I love you. You're not too bad either, Derek.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I hope that's audible. The ghost train has made another appearance. Derek and I were just discussing that it is ghostly when you're out in the bush and you hear that train a-coming, because you don't expect it. A little view of the mess outside our safe area. It's like a cup of coffee. Coming up. Well, the Air's weather report on the Zoleo did not let us down, and is accurate because it has in fact started to snow. I'm glad you find that amusing, Derek.
It's magical, Adam. It's a Christmas miracle.
Well, it looks like we may have made the decision to start packing and be ready to leave if the window presents itself. It's just miserable, and although I hate bailing on a trip, it just doesn't seem feasible to sit in a tent and wait out this chill if we have an opportunity to split. Also missing some key things. Footwear was not appropriate. Gloves especially. I would just love better gloves right now. So that's where we're at. We're going to reconvene in about 20 minutes, have a warm cup of tea, and see what sticks. So we're on to plan D. We were going to jet out of here. We thought we had a small window, but we decided to build a secondary shelter and concentrate on something for warmth, because that's basically what we're struggling with a little bit as the battle blows down. And we're going to have a small fire with a stick stove. Derek's got the dinner ready. It's just been incessant, and it is what it is. So we do have a small window that we're shooting for tomorrow that we're going to be ready for, and hopefully we can make this evening a little bit more pleasant than the last. I'll show you what we've got going on here. Little stick stove, and secondary shelter. It's not going to win any beauty contests, but we managed to get a fire going in the stick stove, warm our hands and feet. Still coming down pretty good, but nice to have a little bit of light and some warmth. So Bit of a grueling day. Still wet, still cold, but gonna just sign off for the night. Try and get a good night's sleep. And get it going early tomorrow to get out of here. Always an adventure. Good morning. We're up at just past 7. Getting packed up. Looks like we have a small window of moderate weather to get out of here, so we're going to take advantage of it. Let's go. Hey Derek, do you want to set everything back up and stay another night?
Hell no. We're done with Grundy.
The Grundy Grind.
It's over.
That little lake in that little park that handed us our asses.
Non-stop wind, non-stop rain. This is the first time that it stopped raining since yesterday evening, actually.
Special weather statement, early snowfall. Wet pants, wet socks, wet gloves.
3 bouts of diarrhea on the Thunderbox in the middle of the night with sleet.
Oh! The challenges of camping. Well, that pretty much concludes the Grundy Grind and brings this episode of Bring the Right Gloves Next Time You Nimrod to a close.
And some boots, maybe.
And boots.
Boots.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
you pay.
The Grundy Grind.
You pay.
All right, thank you very much for the journeys. We'll see you next time.